crazy tonight. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la.
There's 1,000 pretty women waiting out there, and they are living devil may care. And I'm just a devil with love to spare. So viva Las Vegas. So viva Las Vegas. So viva Las Vegas. So viva Las Vegas. Vega, here we go, taking back, if you don't know the song, the famous one from Elvis Presley. We are speaking about the official one, Viva Las Vegas, that we transformed into Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. There's 1,000 pretty women waiting out there, and they are living devils may care. And I'm just a devil with love to spare. So Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on Radio GJustjuve. We are here to announce you a new player that has just apparently found an agreement with Juventus Football Club. We are speaking about Renato Veiga. Renato Veiga. From Chelsea Football Club, here we go. Announced by Fabrizio Romano a few minutes ago. We were waiting for him today. There were some possible problems with Lazio that tried to go into that race after Borussia Dortmund that had their own problems to care with after sacking the coach that is no longer there. They have priorities at the moment. That priority was not at the moment Renato Veiga. Renato Veiga, that when he understood and when he heard the word Juventus, he forgot about Dortmund. He didn't even know what Lazio was. He was asking what kind of Serie A they are playing. Are they playing in the League of Italy? Are they playing in the Ligue 1? Are they playing in the Swiss League? Never heard about Lazio. What is Lazio? Yeah, it's the team with the two birds, one on the arm, one in the pants. Attenzione, let's go towards the official report from Fabrizio Romano, exclusive. Juventus agreed deal with Chelsea to sign Renato Veiga. Here we go. Loan deal for €5 million. Loan fee until June. No buy option clause. And then the player back to Chelsea at the end of June for Clubs World Cup. Veiga expected to play as center back at Juventus. People are laughing in the chat. I don't know if you are laughing for how I described Lazio. It's not my fault, guys. It's not my fault. This is the right one. One on the arm, one in the pants. Two birds. L'Aquila. Vola, vola, vola. I know this is Roma, Roma. It's the same. It's the same stadium, guys. It's the same stadium. They don't even have a stadium for themselves. Anyway, we are speaking about Juventus. People are saying, why no buy? As easy as that. Why no buy? You want the truth or you don't want the truth? What version do you want? The hard truth that is bringing back everyone on earth, or you want to continue to joke? Because of course we have a beautiful new name in our roster. We have finally a defender. Attenzione! On the 22nd of January 2025, we have a new player. The hard truth. You want a hard truth? The hard truth is super easy, because we messed up. That's the reality. We messed up, not always because ourselves, but we messed up because we have no money. As easy as that. When you don't have money, you are not the king. As easy as that. That's the reality. So we are not at the moment the king of the mercato. So what does that mean? That you are obliged to take some decisions. You wanted to go for some players. You were waiting for some entry. These cash revenue didn't arrive. We are speaking about selling, at least for a bit, Danilo. Didn't arrive. Arthur is still a Juve player at the moment, so we were not able to loan him out. Fagioli, that there are some interest from Italy, is still there at the team on the 22nd. It's true that Cambiaso is on the transfer list and could maybe tomorrow, maybe next week go to City, but at the moment no money arrived on the desk of Juve. So because you couldn't seal the deals for Tomori, Araujo, for Hansko that today played a fantastic game. I repeat, a fantastic game with Feyenoord. Because you were not able to find a deal for Antonio Silva, all your first choices after missing out on Calafiori and also Todibo, don't forget about Todibo, you are obliged to go for another player. So that means that you have not the time on your side and you don't have the money on your side, which means that you go for players that are probably not your first choices because you don't want to go for immediately an obligation to buy, and Chelsea, they don't want to take any risk with an option to buy. They go with, okay, we loan him out because we have too many players that are not playing, so take him, but you give him back. You want him? You can have him on loan, but only with an obligation to buy. Juventus, they still have in their mind, especially after watching today, Feyenoord playing and Hansko playing, this is the player that we want. Feyenoord, they have absolutely no intention to give you the player. So let's not take any risk. We go for a young promise, 21 years old, that if really he's doing well and he's still starting to love the club, we can go and sit at the table of Chelsea, taking the risk that they are asking a bit more in the summer because there will be more competition. But at least the player, we already have him in our laboratorium. He already experienced the black and white world. He already met the coach. He knows where we are. We are also sure to participate in Champions League because I guarantee you that if Juventus was today top 3 with a margin like Atalanta has over Juve, over Lazio and the other teams, probably today it would have been easier for Juve to go with some obligation to buy. Today we are, and that's a pure reality, not even sure to enter in the top 4, hopefully top 5 with the result of the Italian clubs that I repeat. 4 of them won, 1 of them drew, and I will not mention who drew. You all know it better than me, because we did the watch along yesterday. This is the harsh reality, guys. This is why we cannot go for that. Wasted money? No, I don't think so, Joyzy, because we need 2 defenders, and you go with a 5 million loan. 5 million loan for a player that, if he's working well, you have. It's true. It's written black on white. He will go back to Chelsea, but it's a player that you can sit at the table because he know you, because he already discovered the club, because the facilities, etc. Maybe he also discovered the city, feels well, maybe, and you can sit at the table with the big push from the player and the entourage. If it works, taking the risk that from maybe 20 million that they are asking, they were asking a bit more because there was competition. 25 million euro, for example, you can go towards a request of 30 million euro, but at least you tested the player and you are sure about the money that you want to put about him because you know him. And knowing the player is an advantage that not a lot of people do have. Some people are saying that Beppe, the stream is lagging. Can you confirm, or is it only Lionel in the chat that has a stream lagging problem, guys? It's only Lionel. So I always recommend, guys, if you have these kind of problems, the first thing that you need to do is you put a like so that you are sure, because lagging the video is helping you to have a better quality. Okay, I am lying, but who cares? So put a maximum of like, and then you go out of the video and you start again. And if the like disappears, you put it again. Okay, then I always told you that Juventus would go for 2 defenders. If tomorrow they bring us Kelly on top of Renato Veiga, then you have to put yourself on your knees and you start praying. You start praying. Because I have at the moment not a lot of confidence in Lloyd Kelly. We just have the confirmation by Kolo that is telling Beppe, I just made the Lloyd Kelly video. Mamma mia, he's average. If we have a direct confirmation from someone that studied him with videos, he's confirming what I'm telling you. So then we have to start praying that this guy here that we just spoke about, Renato Veiga, that really it was because at Chelsea they had 42 players. And that's why he was not finding spot to develop himself. If you bring another player on top from a bigger caliber, and I'm not speaking about Chilwell neither, then we can say that, okay, it's good. Why not? Sometimes you need to take some risk in life, especially if all the other roles are closed. You know, with Kalulu, I repeat to all the people that didn't want Kalulu and that were questioning the signing of Kalulu, look at Kalulu. the surprise, we can say, of this season, because Thuram is not a surprise. We were all expecting what he's doing today, the performance that he's giving us today. I always told you, patient with Thuram. It's not a ready-go player, but he will grow into that role. And look, now in January we already and already December we already see a player that is totally different than in the first months when he arrived in Italy. Of course, that change of league from Ligue 1 to Serie A, it's an impact. Also playing in the team of his father, also physical problems. But now we see what Thuram is. But is Thuram a surprise? No. Kalulu is for a lot of people that were absolutely not expecting. Starting as a right back, continuing as a right center back, and now playing out of position. So yes, he's doing some mistakes, but Kalulu, don't forget, he's playing totally out of position, and he's one of the players that is extremely a surprise and satisfying all of us. Also, in terms of how we understood and how he's sharing that Juventinità with some beautiful messages on Instagram that are not vital, but they are helping, absolutely. So, Renato Veiga, some people are saying, I don't like the deal. I'm not 100% convinced about the deal, which is totally right, of course. And guys, from what I hear, it's a player that can develop a lot. Of course, you will need more than 6 months to see the full potential, but it's a player that I can guarantee you from all the people I spoke with and that really study him even before his first initial months at Chelsea, when he was in Switzerland, and saw him also in Portugal, is already today 3 times the player that Cabal is. Cabal was a prospect being behind a Bremer on the center back, behind a Cambiaso as a left back, a player that would have filled left and centrally when possible, and then of course if he would deserve and would develop himself, he would be a starter. But it was a signing in towards the future. Cabal, if I'm not wrong, is 21. This is a player of 21 that already made some of the steps, and that can be already a player that can bring us something. If we want to see him developing even more, of course we need to be patient and probably also going and signing him at the end of the season. It's not because there is no obligation or no option that somebody is denying you the right to sit at the table. Ciao Alessio, 37 months together. Buonasera a tutti. Alessio, I highly recommend you, thank you first of all for 37 months, but to really fast go back to the start of this video to listen how I opened the video of today. Go and listen to it. And then you can go back to the simultaneity. You can be, again, live together with us. But I need your advices about how good I was or not. Then there is Sir Raz that is telling us that on the 22nd of April, I said we will justify signing in and out more than celebrating signing. It's a reality. It's a reality. It's really a reality. Danilo needed minutes and you needed depth. Rugani is a soldier and was pretty good. Yeah. Look, we had a different situation in the summer. We made some mistakes, of course. I think that on Rugani probably we have been too harsh and probably taken by ego, especially from the mister, where he didn't want to give him a chance. Why? Because the philosophy of the coach is I want 24 players, all of them fighting for their life to deserve a starting spot. Rugani is not that kind of personality, you know it. It's a player that would have accepted to be the 5th one without putting some pressure. He already did it. And probably in the philosophy of a coach, having these players that are okay with accepting a 5th role is not ideal. Probably in the future, I think that Thiago Motta will grow on that one in understanding that these players, well, if you have a 25, 26 roster instead of 24, and maybe 1, 2, 3 players that are good, but also accepting to not be the prima donna, the star, the shining star, and wants to play, maybe he will understand growing that these players are also necessary. Now, Rugani had difficulties to accept the decision. He went to Ajax, needed a few weeks, a few months to find his starting spot. He's continuity for a player that, don't forget about it, he was not playing regularly with Juve, and now he's doing beautifully at Ajax. He's really doing beautiful. By the way, I think that today he was playing, but I'm not sure. I need to check that. Anyway, continue to speak about Renato Veiga. So we see here the tweet of Fabrizio Romano. We have, of course, all the journalists that we're speaking about. Even Romeo Agresti was telling us that it was a bit lower than 5 million. He told us, it looks like, attenzione, this shirt looks like 11-12 away shirt from Juve with a big star, and you know that we won the Scudetto. Who knows? Las Vegas for the victory. So the loan will be more or less 4.5 million. In this fee that we are paying, the salary of the player is already included. So it's not 4.5 plus salary. It's 4.5 included salary. Guys, don't tell me that this is a bad deal. Then if you tell me, Beppe, I wanted Araujo, I tell you that this is a bad deal. If you tell me, Beppe, I wanted Hansko, I tell you that this is a bad deal. If you tell me that Tomori was the player that you wanted, I tell you that this is a bad deal. As a first signature, because we wanted the other ones. We still have a few days to go, 10 days more or less before the end of the mercato that will close on Monday the 3rd of January. Let's see what Juventus will do in exit market and in entry market. Today we speak about mercato, but first let me see what Alessio wrote about my intro. Mamma mia, viva Beppe Presley. I see a hidden talent there. This is way too good. I'm happy. Then I don't know, Alessio. You remember when we were talking about creating a song in a studio? I think that now you give up, no? I think that now you give up. The only thing where you can convince me, Beppe, we need to do something like that, is that you are exporting or importing, I don't know, downloading that intro, and that you are able to mix it with my voice to make it something acceptable. If you're able to do a magic like that, then I will tell you, maybe I will reconsider the offer to make a music in the studio. It's time. No, guys, you need to convince me, Alessio, and convince the chat, of course. Otherwise, I cannot accept. Because, guys, we will continue to speak about Mercato, but one of the 2025 ideas would be Beppe in a music studio. Doing something with Alessio, singing like this. Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas, Viva Las Vegas. Let's see. What is he cooking? No, guys, stop. Beppe doing the new Juventus hit for the players. Show me the Muani! Because we need to speak also about Kolo Muani. Kolo Muani that will be announced tomorrow. Tomorrow is the announced day of the new number 20 of Juventus Football Club. Finally, I told you, show me the Muani, and you know it. The other song that we can, of course, do is here is the money. Here is the money. Show me the money. Guys, today it's Radio GJustjuve. We go. 2 players tomorrow. So tomorrow is the day of Kolo Muani, and tomorrow should also be the day of Renato Veiga. I'm not sure yet. I didn't receive the information if we will already travel tomorrow to go to Torino, to Continassa, to do the medical test. For Kolo Muani, no problems. Everything is already done. Medical test, recording in the creator's lab, the pictures, the video, and all, everything is already done. Bravo to Andy Golding. He's saying, if this is Las Vegas, Giuntoli lost all the money. No, you should have written, if this is Las Vegas, Giuntoli lost all the money. That would have been perfect. Renato Veiga on Friday morning, Beppe. Look at that. Kolo knows better than me. So, okay, so tomorrow, what day tomorrow? We are Thursday tomorrow. Bravo. Tomorrow is the Kolo Muani day. Friday is the Renato Veiga day. And then on Saturday, we play against Napoli. We are away. Attenzione, if we are able to register Renato Veiga on Friday before midnight, it could potentially also be there already without training session. Without training session, boom, traveling and going to Napoli. When are we going to Napoli? We are going to Napoli on Friday evening. Okay, poll for all the people in the chat. Poll for all the people in the chat. Will Renato Veiga make it on time for Napoli? Yes. Yes. Okay, you have 4 options. Yes, he will do it, and probably will also play, maybe. Yes, but he will not play. He will just be on the bench, which is already great. No, but will travel with the team. So he will not be called up officially, but he will travel with the team. Or no, he stays in La Continassa. Usually I would not have put that third option, will travel with the team, if he's not registered. But it's true that, if you need to accelerate the process of having that team spirit, living already an away game, being on the plane with them, in the hotel, it's something that can create already a team spirit. It's not conventional, but it could accelerate a bit that integration of a player where we already lost time. You never know. So you are the one that are voting. And at the moment, I see a bit of pessimism. Hey, Beppe, may I remind you to talk about next gen at some points? Bravo, Sebastian. You remember that I asked you. I will try to answer you, but really quick, and then we continue with Mercato. So, what about the next gen? Because I receive a lot of time the question, Beppe, how is it possible that we saw such a turnaround in Juventus Football Club next gen? Because they were last and suddenly they are 15th. They had 20 points in the last 8 games without a lot of Mercato, guys. What happened is really easy. Last season, at the same moments, we were not last, but we were also we were fighting for avoiding the relegation zone. The 2 seasons ago, we were playing in 3rd division, Group A, in the north. Last season, they changed us because Atalanta arrived. They changed us. They put us again in 3rd division in Group B. So for us, everything new and longer travels. Now, because Milan joined as well, they did a draw. And we went in the 3rd group. So for the 2nd year in a row, changing group, which means that we need to analyze all the teams and we have the really long travel. So every time that we are traveling, we go from Torino to south of Italy every single time. New coach, don't forget of the process of players. Every time you are taking the 3-4 best ones from the next gen, because you're obliged to do so. You're obliged to take the best ones to put them or in first team or to sell them, or they're even sometimes too old. They cannot stay anymore because there is a limit at 23 years old. So you're obliged to change the team, to have a new team, a young team. We have the youngest team of the 3rd division. And on top of that, unfortunately, Montero, that was a really great educational person for the Primavera, was not good as a coach. That's also another reality. For the first time, he was really competing with the kids for a competition, because in Primavera, with the youth, you are not really linked to result because there is not relegation or not. Here you had. So, and then don't forget that we brought back not a totally new coach, but you bring back a coach that was the coach of the last season that already knew everything. So it was just arriving and starting again where he left, with some new faces, some new players, of course, but it's much more easier. That's how it happened. I will continue a bit with a vote here, but let me read a bit of your comments. Thank you for reminding me. I promised you that I would have read you. 4.5 million, including low fee, salary, and agents fee. Yeah. So everything is included. We will speak about the Champions League in a second, guys. We will speak about the Champions League as well. I don't know, guys. 4.5 included salary, agent fee, everything included. No, guys. I don't know. And then you have the official talks, you have the official papers to rush a bit and to bring the player as soon as possible. And then you have the off the records. Of course, if you sign the player from Chelsea, you have these agreements where you can already say, oh, we already paid 5 million. Huh? Can we lower a bit the request that you would do for another team maybe? And you find there an agreement if things go well. There is no option. There is no option. Again, I already explained every detail. So if you want to go back on Renato Veiga, please go back in what I said. Otherwise, I will go in repeat. I'm satisfied, guys. I'm satisfied that finally we have a defender. And if you told me what is the best one, I'm watching some info from planes. We need to check. I need to check. I don't know. I will ask. I will try to ask to be sure. Who knows? Maybe arrives tomorrow morning. You never know. We have no money and we are apparently signing Hansko in the summer. We have to spend a lot of on the loan plus obligation deals we did last summer. Conceição, Di Gregorio, Kalulu, etc., etc. That's also another reality. And don't forget that because people, they think that we signed already all the players, which is not true. Like Jack Passy is telling us a lot of players need still to be signed permanently. Then you can change your opinion. Not on Di Gregorio, of course not. Kalulu would be crazy if you don't. But on Conceição, for example, you can decide to change to the strategy. Could be, or you do him and then you take other players. But at the moment, it's a reality. I know that people are not really happy, but that's the reality. I think, guys, I will explain you really fast. If you bring me back today, Veiga, if you are able to cash in for Cambiaso and you bring me one or two players that are solid, I think that Veiga is a beautiful opportunity because you are able to increase the offer that you go for a player. Maybe, guys, maybe. Imagine the scenario that nobody is thinking about. Today you secure yourself with Veiga because you needed one. You never know in Mercato. Huh? You go for Veiga for 6 months. At least you are secured for one extra players. Who are the starter in the defense is Kalulu, Gatti. But at least you have a player that can play as a center back. When one of them needs to rest, he can play as a left back. At least you are secure. You sell, I'm just saying, you sell Cambiaso next week. Let's say, imagine, and with that money, not all of it, of course, but you are able to increase the initial offer that you had for Hansko. Hansko plus Veiga. Veiga can play on the left. Hansko can play potentially on the left. They can rotate. One can be as a center back, the best one that we need. Probably Hansko as a center back, he can go on the left, or he can stay as a center back. Hansko can play on the left. Depending, you have a McKennie that can play there. And then you say, okay, at least we secured ourselves with Veiga, and we waited to understand if yes or no. If no, you keep Cambiaso and you invest the non-money that you have on another player that could potentially be Kelly. Then I tell you, yes, it's true that probably we should have done more, but the circumstances were not allowing us to do more. But I believe that that's a bit the strategy. The strategy is come on, Beppe, you're scaring me. About what, guys? No, I think it's a logic situation in a difficult situation. If you go back to when I explained to people, told me, Beppe, can you explain why a loan only? I told you, what do you want? The truth? You want the truth, or you want the beautiful story? People said we want the truth. I told you the truth is we have no money. We created a mess because we missed all, not always because of us, but we missed all the targets that we have. And today you are on the 22nd. Now, as we speak, the 23rd, and you need to rush. And you need to take what is available. You don't want to force for Veiga that you still have some doubt that you want to test because you have Hansko in your mind. But in the meanwhile, you go with that player. And you say, okay, that's a promising player. Because, guys, it's a promising player that we are speaking about. It's not a finished player that has nothing more to give, that is out, that is over, or it's not a really bad. It's a good player, a good player that made the step, I believe, a really wrong step in his career when you are that young to try to go immediately to Chelsea when you know that they have already 150 players in their locker room. I think it's really bad. So let's see. I think that we need to really judge definitely at the end of this mercato to understand if yes or no this one was the number one name or if this one was the number two name that you anticipated. Let's see. At the moment we have Alberto Costa, Kolo Muani, and now Renato Veiga. If of course he doesn't miss the medicals, you never know. What happened to Dorgu? Dorgu, it's really easy to explain. Juventus had the eyes on him since really long time. Since really long time they were following him. He was really young at the moment. They were not able to go for him. There was Cambiaso as well that was growing in that position. So they waited a bit. Dorgus suddenly became trendy and suddenly he had a request of 40 million euro because Manchester United is interested, because we saw the picture of Conte that goes into his ear after the game against Napoli, speaking, telling him beautiful words like, you come with me, we will try to do something in the winter, if not for next summer, stay there because I can guarantee that I take you with the team. We saw the images. Hey guys, if I am able to identify these pictures, if I explain you this, don't tell me that experts of Mercato, they don't see these signs, so they know that if they want to anticipate Conte, Napoli, or Juve that is following him, they need to go fast, and that's why you have a Manchester United. There is still not an agreement at the moment between Dorgu and Manchester United, but it's a player that is good. They refused indeed 27 million euros, so Manchester United up to them to increase offer or not. 40 is a lot. Honestly, 40 is a lot. But that's what I told you. If Juventus, they have the intention to sell Cambiaso, hopefully the plan is already ready. Hopefully the plan is already ready, because otherwise it will be really impossible. Now, today I didn't ask, honestly, so my bad, because I did Juventibus this morning, speaking about the post-game. I made a video about Bologna, not what Bologna, I made a video about Bruges, Bologna, Bruges, a draw it was, a draw it is, we are always there. But no, I didn't ask, just to tell you how much... But what I can tell you is that it's true that on Douglas Luiz there were a lot of interest from Premier League. Manchester City, Newcastle, Chelsea apparently as well. So there are a lot of clubs. But Manchester City, they just want to take him like 6 months on loan, waiting for a Rodri. Chelsea, they are already on other players. There is even Arsenal that was on him before Juve. Do you remember? The Arsenal that wanted to go for him. So they already study him. They want the player as well, if they can go there. But they already identified other... sorry, not Chelsea. So Arsenal already identified other players, so they will try with other players first. These teams, they don't want to go and spend a lot of money, while Chelsea could possibly be the one that puts some money on the table. Especially now if you go with an easy track, an open talk for Veiga, it can be that you go towards some discussions already about Douglas Luiz, but I don't know. Then Tonali swap, I say, guys, that I said a lot of time, I don't believe in that swap in the beginning. Now, apparently yesterday it came with a big conviction and it came strong. So I want to ask more information. At the moment, I have not. I am not sure about Tonali. You know it. There are also extra field problems that happen. I would think twice. If I was Juve. But the qualities of the player are not in discussion. A really great player. Beppe, but how we have 30 million for Tomori or Araujo, but don't have to include obligation for Veiga. It's super easy. That's a super easy one to explain. Tomori, proven player in Serie A, proven player in partnership with Kalulu. It's one that you cannot fill, but that you are overspending because it's now or you have no defenders, and that's why you are probably increasing. And also the formula was an advantageous one because you can go for a loan 5 million with an obligation to buy at 25, so you are postponing that payment. While for Araujo, that we always said here, pay attention because 50, which I'm not sure if it would have been 50, but that's what we read. So let's go with the supposition 50, but according to me, Araujo at top level is a world class. Araujo would have cancelled Hansko, would have cancelled a lot of players. Araujo would have been the future defender next to Bremer for a lot of years at Juve, until another team comes and put the money on the table for them. But yeah, of course, he did an own goal yesterday. I know. Oh, guys, it's not because someone is doing a bad game or an own goal that suddenly is losing like 30 million of value. Guys, it happens. Szczesny, disaster yesterday as well. Araujo, I will not change my mind because of a bad game or an own goal. But easy. While for Renato Veiga, young, unproven player that showed himself in Portugal, showed himself in Switzerland, was not able, and I don't want to say he didn't show himself, he was not able to show himself with Maresca because of Chelsea management, because of the huge big team that they have at disposal. So it's a player that Juve said, oh, before spending 20 for a player, taking away budget for the future because we just invested in Alberto Costa as well, let's think about. And they don't want. And also, there were more the hours were going, more interest there was on the player because the other teams, they hear that there is an opening from Chelsea there. So more teams there are, more Chelsea was increasing. So it was, or you take him with an obligation to buy 25, 26, because this is where we're going, or you go immediately today, loan, you give him back. Then, depending on what he does, what he's not doing, we sit again at the table. Let's see. Would Araujo be a Juve player if Inigo Martinez didn't hurt himself? I would love to tell you yes, but I don't know, honestly, because when they heard about it, I don't know what was the reaction of Barcelona. Was it the reaction because of that injury? They said, oof, we are really, really deep in the S. Or was it like, we really like the player, we don't want to let him go. So let's sit again with him, let's try to, I don't know what pushed it. One thing is sure is that when we were really, really close, Barcelona, Deco, Laporte, publicly as well, they went and they said, we really want to keep the player. So I don't know. No, I don't think he used us because sincerely, even the agents were still pushing for Juve. Even after the first proposal of Barcelona, they were still pushing. I don't think so. At the end, this is what was the consequence. Because of Juve, things accelerated. And by the way, tomorrow he will sign his contract until 2030, I'm not sure, with Barcelona. So at the end, this is the consequence, but I don't think it was really the intention to fool Juve or to use Juve. It's what happened, but it was not the consequence. Don't forget to put a maximum of like, guys. We are at 177. We are nearly 400 people watching live this video of Calcio Mercato special edition about a new player contract is agreed. Renato Veiga at Juventus should arrive on Friday or maybe a surprise tomorrow morning. You never know. Beppe, do you think Cambiaso will really leave? Yeah. Wait, it's not Juve that wants to get rid of Douglas Luiz. Just to make things sure. If there was one player from the midfield to leave Juve, it was Fagioli for a lot of things. It was not Douglas Luiz. What could push potentially Juve to let him go, because there are no untouchables, is if there is really an offer that is not going on loan, or at least a minimum of loan with the obligation to buy, that is meeting what we have spent on him the summer ago. And the player says, okay, I want to leave, I tried, it's not working, then Juventus would say, okay, we are break even, it's not working, we don't want to take any more risks. If the offer arrives, if the player is okay to leave and give up. Until last week, there were no sign of Douglas Luiz giving up on Juve. There were no sign of Douglas Luiz giving up on Juve. After the game against Bruges, maybe the state of mind changed. That I cannot tell you. I was not with them in the plane. I was not at home of Douglas Luiz today because they were off. That I cannot tell you. Now, I would pay attention, seriously, I would pay attention in describing Douglas Luiz a bad player, because he's not. He's a really good player. That didn't show it at the moment at Juventus. I'm always saying at the moment, because tomorrow you never know in football. It's never know. Guys, it's the first time that I saw a couple joining a team together. I don't know, and honestly, it's not really my business. She's really starting to integrate herself in Juventus women. Is she a undiscussed starters with the women? No. But I know that they wanted to go for a journey together. Then guys, at the end, it's a contract that you're signing. But bravo, Andy Singh as well. I said it in a more political way. I said she's not the undiscussed starter at Juve women, while Andy is going with the big words. Luis, Loca, and Thuram. If Alicia leaves, Serraz will cry for a day. Let him cry. Let him cry. We always buy players and change their preferred position. Douglas, for me, has a different job than at Aston Villa. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. That's a really good comment. I don't know. We can go and try to check. I know that this is something that we like to do here. Did we guess the number of Kolo Muani that will go with 20? I know that we made the game. We tried to identify it, but we weren't sure. Did we say 20? Tell me, yes or no. I don't remember, honestly. I know that the really first number that came out was 23 in the chat, but then we said no, because it's Pinsoglio. But I think we went towards it could possibly be 20. There were some people that were dreaming about number 99. That would be beautiful. Kolo 99, but the guy, he missed a big opportunity here. Renato Veiga, if we go towards his history of shirt numbers, we can sometimes identify a favorite shirt number. So let's go towards stats, career, squad numbers. So 95 when he started with the under 23 of Sporting. Number 20 is taken, number 8 is taken, number 6. I'm always trying to look for stability in a number. He started again with the number 95, 8, and 40. 40 has already been taken by someone at Juve this season, if I'm not wrong. 40 has already been taken. So we see a pattern here. After a few seasons, he goes towards the number 8. So that's the number that he really likes, number 8, because you see that 28. As soon as possible, he goes towards that 8. Also here at Augsburg, he went for the number 8 immediately. That number 95 is also a number that he loves to start with. If he goes with number 95, I will take back everything that I said about him. The good things, I mean. By the way, 25, 730. To the moon altogether. To the moon. Hey, for the people that are watching and didn't subscribe, it's the moment to subscribe, guys. We have beautiful things to do on this channel altogether. No, 95, no, guys. Please, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. And you know what? He will do it. Don't go with 95. Don't go with 95, please. 17 is Adzic. 8 is Cope. 69. Why would he take the number 69? 40. I think that someone played with the 40. Who was the player that played with 40? Who's the first one able to guess who played with the number 40 this season? I don't know anymore. I'm sure. I think it's Pugno, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure who played with the number 40 this season. I will try to remember. Mamma mia, I forgot. It's not, yeah, of course, we have already a number 40 in the team. The first one to guess it was Serraz. With Rui, number 40. Rubinho. No, Rubinho never had the number 40. The number 40 went to Antonio Mirante. That was a backup goalkeeper of Roma, of Milan, by the way. To Sorrentino the year after, to Bentivoglio, to Ventucci, Fausto Rossi, Ciro Immobile had the number 40 when he made his debut with Juve. Alcibiade Raffaele, do you remember that player in 2010-2011? Spinazzola had the number 40. By the way, let me check what you voted. You voted with yes, but will not play. So you believe that 40% of the people, or 38% of the people, believe that Renato Veiga will be on time. He will travel with the team. He will be on the bench. Who else had the number 40? Elvis Kabashi, 12-13. Marzouk Younes, Volpe Giacomo, Mattia Vitale, Paul Lirola, that played at Sassuolo, by the way, had that number 40. Mavdidi, Idrissa Touré, Giacomo Vironi, Felix Correa had the number 40. Dagracca played with the number 40. Tommaso Mancini, and now it is on Rui, Jonas Rui. How did I forget that? What a disaster. What a disaster. So no number 40 for him. Number, you know that I don't like these strange 95 numbers. You know, Veiga 95. It really looks like an ad for a betting site. Seriously, no? It looks like Veiga 95. Put all your money on the, and then you will lose, of course. He was playing with a 40. At Chelsea. Apparently, this is his number at Chelsea. 40. Then 15. Maybe he played with it in a summer tournament. I don't know. Huh? I prefer if he plays with a 15. I would prefer. But no, Kalulu is 15. Guys, what are you speaking? Indeed, Kalulu is 15. Guys, you make me go crazy, guys. You make me go crazy. What is, by the way, the highest number picked by a Juve player? Tell me. What is the highest ever number played with from a Juve player? Earlier I heard 44. That was Kulusevski. Indeed, but there are more than number 44. Bernardeschi was 33. 99. Nobody played with the number 99 ever at Juve. Bravo. Buffon with the 77. And below Buffon, the other number was a 59, used by Davide De Marino in 2021 and Luca Clemenza in 21-22. So next-gen players that are going up, you know, sometimes they are there on the bench and they are obliged to take chronological numbers. So we had 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. 59 is max, and then we made the only exception for Buffon. If we are looking at players that really played with a high number, but really first team, nobody. Miretti played with a 47, but it was a young player from the next gen, so it doesn't count. No, I'm looking, nobody. I think the highest number from a first real team player was, I think, 44. Let me check. Paladino when he was young, Muratore, De Winter, Baranechea. Yeah, I think it's really 44. 44 is, yeah, with Facundo Gonzalez, but he didn't really play. But yeah, Nicolo Fagioli and Kulusevski. These were the players with the highest number. First team. Bangula has 40. Mamma mia. 51. My bad. So we forget about all what I said. 51 is Sam Bangula. How? Yep. Yeah. Oh, wait. I can give you inside information. For you want inside? You know that sometimes I can give you inside information. I don't think that this one is a problem, no? I hope so. So, you want inside information? I can give you. You will be sad when I will tell you, because it's not something boom. But inside information. Nicolo Savona is playing with the number 37. Jonas Rui is playing with the number 40. And Samuel Bangula is playing with the number 51. These numbers were assigned to them when they went up from the next gen in tests, like a lot of young players from the next gen for the summer camp in Herzogenaurach. After Herzogenaurach, a lot of players went back to the next gen. Some players stayed with the first team to train because Motta said maybe we can do something with them. At the end, less and less player, where you keep these three players, starting the season with them, waiting for the end of the Mercato, because the Mercato was starting before the first game of Serie A. You're obliged to give the numbers. And until the last moment, where, at least for Rui and Savona, not yet for Bangula, Juventus decided to make them officially be part of the first team, it was too late to give them a proper, or let them choose the available first team numbers. That's why they stayed with their number of the Primavera. Bangula has received a renewal, but for Bangula, it's still not written in his contract that he's part of the first team. So officially, Bangula is still a Primavera player. Primavera player Bangula, next gen player Bangula. First team players Rui and Nicolo Savona, but these two players are part of the first team with the numbers of the next gen. I can tell you from some sources that at least two of these three players, if they could have chosen another number to start the season with, they would have done it. I will not tell you the names, but I have direct sources that it was not the number that they would have chosen. So probably if they stay with the first team next season, probably they will go and they will change the number. So that's why when I'm telling you Bangula 51 first team, it's a dubious case. It is really the first team because he wanted that number, or it because it was the next gen. Okay, can you please me, before going towards throwing tomatoes to Beppe and continuing to other talks, and also to say a word about Pueblo Juve. Waiting, Pueblo Juve, remain there for a second because I have a word for you. Can you rate how much you like that inside news? Is it a 0 and 10, totally unnecessary Beppe, we don't care about it, or 10, wow Beppe, this is the best ever inside news that nobody ever told, because this one is exclusive news. I love that one. 2 on 5 for Alessio. 6-2-6. Die, guys. Oh, die, guys. It's a really great news. I really don't, guys. These are the stories, guys. That I'm the only one on earth that can tell you that story. That's a really exclusive news. I tell you here for the first time. So the people that are here, 364 people, they know that at least 2 out of the 3 players, Bangula, Savona, and Rui, if they could have chosen for another number, they would have started with other number. No? Tomato? Bah. I will never tell you anymore any inside news. La maschera Francesco, che ci fa piacere ogni sera fare una passeggiata sul mio canale, e dopo ci dice Beppe, ciao Beppe, guarda, stiamo crescendo, we are growing. Ciao Beppe, abemus defensorus. Or come hai scritto? Fammi vedere, aspetta che devo vederlo. Ce l'abbiamo fatta. Abemus difensore. Difensore sei rimasto sull'italiano. Abemus defensorus, I will say. Sì, ce l'abbiamo fatta. E io gli ho già fatto la canzone. Allora, voglio un rating. Dai, il rating, il voto alla canzone su Veiga. Sei pronto? Franci, ho bisogno del voto. Viva Las Vegas, 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 viva Las Vegas. Vabbè, che disastro, what a disaster. bello. And tomorrow we have Kolo, show me the money. And when he will arrive, when he will be announced as a Juve player, we change and we go with, what was the song again? Here comes the money. Money. Here comes the money. Money. I love that. I should start the channel like that. What a beautiful intro. Disaster. Okay, now that we said that, Aman is not happy. Aman said, Beppe is weird when I am not around. That's why you always need to look for me, Aman. I promised you that before going and continue with all your questions about Mercato, even if it's already 1 hour that we are live, I wanted to go back to a message here from Pueblo Juve. Pueblo. ¿Dónde está Pueblo? I lost the message of Pueblo. What a disaster. The message was here and I lost it. Pueblo, can you please just put a message just like hello, so that at least I can pin it again. What a disaster. I should have put it as a favorite message. Of course, I didn't think about it because I was excited to sing. Beppe, sei uno stronzo. Here, I found it. So, Pueblo Juve are great friends. Spanish-speaking Juventus channel on YouTube. You can follow them on Telegram. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, X, Y, Z, whatever, wherever. Always the same name, Pueblo Juve, representing all the Juventini of Latin America. Today they did something fantastic. Something today they were able to do that personally in 5 years of the channel I have never been able to do, just to show you how impressive it is what they were able to do. What they did was actually having on their channel a beautiful interview with Alessandro Del Piero. It starts with the words of Joshua to say thank you, then a small little vlog because Alessandro Del Piero was there last weekend in USA to watch the game. Watch party, was there for the Juventus Academy that were playing there, and then he stayed with them and he had the opportunity, Joshua, to make an interview with him, a one-on-one interview that you can see. It's in Italian, translated in Spanish, but they're speaking quite slow, so you can follow. It's easy to follow. Guys, I recommend you go and give a subscription to Pueblo Juve. Follow them, even if you don't speak Spanish. We don't care. We support each other. And congratulations to Pueblo Juve for that. I hope that Pueblo Juve is still around in the chat, because otherwise I spoke really well about them without them being able to hear the beautiful words. I hope it was not just I enter and Beppe, ciao. But guys are fantastic. Anyway, if I would love to do an interview with Motta, yeah, I would love to, of course. I have always loved doing the interviews with the coach of the women back then, Joe Montemuro, with the director of the women, with Brambilla, the coach of the Next Gen today. I did the interview with him. I was about to do the interview with Max Allegri, then it didn't happen. I have always loved that, because the coach, I can guarantee you that it's already another level of interview. I really, really like it. And then I would really love to break Thiago Motta. Pay attention, when I'm saying breaking, it means not breaking the person or breaking the coach. I would not go there in war with Thiago Motta, but I mean breaking sometimes the feeling that you have in the press conferences of a cold distance Thiago Motta. I would love to break that image, to bring back a bit more upfront a beautiful discussion on camera with Thiago Motta. I would love to do that with my Sosa, with some relaxed questions to let him enter that interview, and actually forgetting that we are doing an interview, but actually more feeling like a conversation between him and me, that is representing the Juventini of the world, because that has always been my intention. So yeah, I would love to do that, but I don't know. I don't think it will happen. If I would, who I would prefer to interview? If you're speaking about coach, 100,000,000% Allegri. 100,000,000% Allegri. If I choose between these three, then if you tell me, Beppe, you can go towards career plus football career plus coaching career, okay, I was speaking about these three. From these three, I think that interviewing Max Allegri will be phenomenal. I really think that interviewing Max Allegri will be phenomenal. I think so. I think that can be really a huge one. Then if you tell me, Beppe, you can choose between all the coaches of Juve. If I can choose between all the coaches of Juve, I think that I will be unpopular. I will be unpopular and I will take Allegri. If you tell me, Beppe, you can go as a fan only, a fan only. I would love to meet Lippi. Taking a coffee with Lippi, speaking about the beautiful memories, speaking about the Champions League, about the World Cup, about 2002, speaking about the big champions that he had in his team. I think it would be beautiful, but it would be my personal gift. No, wait before you go. Wait, Gigashad, wait. Listen to what I will tell you. I think that it will be my personal gift for me. I will enjoy it for myself. Yeah, probably with a cigar, with a coffee. I would enjoy it to the fullest. I would have a moment of fanboy that is incredible. Like when I met Luciano Moggi, for example, for a few seconds, I was able to take a selfie with him, shaking hands, sharing a life with him once for a few minutes. Luciano Moggi's fanboy experience. I think that Allegri, as a content creator, as a Juve fan, I am a Juve fan, I'm a passionate, I'm a content creator. If I would do that as an interviewer, how many interviews have you read about Allegri since he left Juve? He didn't speak. He didn't speak since he left Juve. Being able to have an interview, the first interview, relaxed interview, not a formal one, a press conference when he's joining a new team. If you're able to crack that and being there, having a open talk, I think that would be on a professional level something great. And I can also assure you that Max Allegri is a fantastic person. And I would not go towards, I want to make him look good. But I would love to go towards, why this, why that? We didn't understand that. How did you live the hate, the mockeries, the banter? How did you took the responsibility? There would be million of questions that I have, like that would be, I think, extremely interesting for people to listen to, that you like or that you don't like the person. Honestly, also if you are thinking about what would be the interview that today would boom, if I post, I promise you, but you can vote, guys, I post on the same moment 2 interviews of the same length, one with me and Allegri, one with me and Lippi. Honestly, be honest. Same thumbnail, whatever. So, same title. Which one are you clicking the first? Be honest. Be honest. Voila. The answer is there, guys. The answer is there. Except of Ninip, everyone said Allegri, because then you will watch Allegri. Then you will watch Lippi as well, of course. Ibrahim. You see that today I noticed you, Ibrahim. I had 1 hour call with Ibrahim today. Lippi 100%. You will watch Lippi as well, but I think that, like a lot of people said here, the first one that you would click is the one of Allegri. If you could replay a Juventus match, which would it be, Beppe? Basta di... Guarda, neanch'io lo parlo perfettamente l'inglese. Basta, France. Scrivi il tuo messaggio che è perfetto. Anzi, scrivi meglio di me. If you could replay a Juventus match, which one would it be, Beppe? It's a question that a lot of time I receive. Probably the 2015 final. I think that the 17 final against Real, we also lose it because in 15 we lost it. I think that if you win the 15 against Barcelona, the fear of we always lose finals, that one would have been gone against Real Madrid. Then against Real Madrid, a final you can win, you can lose, and you go. I have always thought about 2003 final before, yes, with Nedved. You know, it's difficult to go back in time and say one game that you want to replay. But yeah, I always said 2003, but then 2000, it will not change a lot. 2003, you played, Milan has 6, we have 3, but then you have the Calciopoli scandal where we go back. No, they would have had 5, we 3. We go back in Serie B. They take away all of it, and we start again, losing again in 15 and 17. So probably the 15 would have had a bigger impact on long term, I believe, and also because if you already won one time or maybe even 2 times that Champions League, probably you didn't even need to go for Ronaldo. If you go for Ronaldo, you take it because you want to, not only for marketing view, not only for the Champions League obsession. Would have changed a lot if in our history. Well, but I play it again, but then you can promise me that we win, because if I need to play it again and we lose again, I will be destroyed. Grandissimo Massimo Facciuti that is becoming a member of the channel. Grande Massimo. Really, really, really appreciated. Grandissimo. Let me see how many Juventini we are at the moment on the channel. 35,733. Si vola. Over the moon. For all the Juventini of the world. Die. Push, 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 push. Push, push, push. Push, push, push the Juventini. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, I didn't want to say the Ajax in quarterfinal because Romeo Agresti just said it. I saw the clips on a podcast that he made. Was really good, by the way. And he said that one, he was totally correct. Probably you go through, but it's so far from the final. Everything could have happened, but it's true that against Ajax in 2018, if you go through with the team that we had, the conviction that we had, the first year of Ronaldo, maybe it would have been different. It's true. No, it's not unpopular, Mark. Porto as well. I could you win there, and then you don't know what can happen. Huh? Anyway, okay, guys. One or two more questions, and then we close. Beppe, if Mercato closes now, how would you grade Giuntoli? For the winter mercato, you mean? Not good. Not good. If you bring, honestly, with all the respect, if you bring me Kolo Muani, Renato Veiga, and Alberto Costa, not good. Not good. That doesn't mean that these 3 players can become phenomenal and W starter and they can make us win the Champions League. Yeah? By the way, let me say thank you to Ibrahim Al-Qasim that became just a member for the very first time. He didn't know how to do. He said, Beppe, how do we become a member on the channel? I don't know, because I am on iPhone, so super easy. iPhone is the one that is making it difficult for you. On PC, it's easy. On computer, it's easy. On Android, it's easy. On iPhone, it's difficult. So you have the description of this video. You click on it. You click on the description of the video. You will see that at a certain moment, you will have a link with to become a new member of this channel. Just click on that. You click on that and you become a member. It's super easy. You do it in 30 seconds. Super easy. Thank you, Ibrahim. And let me also say hello to my friend Mohammed El Shahali, or like we said as well, Del Shahali from Alessandro Del Piero. Ismail, now you know. Now you know. I forgot to tell you about Champions League. Guys, disaster. Because as we speak at the moment, I show you here, as we speak at the moment, we are playing as we speak at the moment against or Bayern Munich or against Real Madrid. What a disaster. So for the people that do not know how it works, UEFA has been extremely confusing about that one. How the playoffs will play. First it was from the 9th until the 16th, they will be on one table. They will play against the 17th until the 24th. Big draw, and then you see you can play again. If you are the 9th, you can play against whoever there, or no, it's not like that. It's already quite coded, even if you don't know. So the 9th and 10th will indeed play against the last part, against the 23rd or the 24th. The 11th and 12th play against the 21st or the 22nd, etc., etc. So what will happen is Juve is at the moment 17th. So here you have 15th Bayern Munich, you have 16th Real Madrid, and there will be a draw. So Juve can play or against Bayern or against Real Madrid at today. There is one more match day. But if you finish 17th, 18th, 15th, or 16th, I'm praying for you to not finish in that position, because in round of 16 you will play against or Liverpool or Barcelona as we speak. Disaster. So I think it's better for Juve to or finish, let's see, what is at this point it's better to finish 21st, 22nd, no? Or you need to go towards, what is 14? Mamma mia. Even if, like Abba is saying in the chat, guys, Manchester City we won, Leipzig we won, Milan, when we play against bigger team, usually we don't disappoint. So who knows? Maybe it's better there. Maybe it's better to play against a big team. Then let's not exaggerating, because playing against a Manchester City or playing against a Liverpool at today is not the same story. It's not the same story, but I will speak a bit more in depth about it tomorrow. But disaster. So let me say thank you to Massimo again, to Ibrahim, but also to Alessio that decided to offer a membership to someone randomly on the chat. Let me check who received that one. It is Amir Samimi. I hope that Amir is watching and is able also to say thank you to Alessio. What a beautiful gift. Fantastic. Thank you, Alessio. Thank you, thank you, thank you. LJJ thing I like when we play big game. You know what I like? When we win. When we win, I like. I don't know all the details. I'm not sure if you can play here against a team from your country in the round of 16. I don't think so. I think that if you are, for example, I'm just saying, if you are here 3-4 and you play against Inter, then probably you will play against here, the other one, because you play against country. But I'm not sure. They made it extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. Akrepi saying we will not qualify. No, but we are already qualified. For the playoffs, I mean, here. For the knockout playoffs, we already qualified. Now it depends, and let's see who we will play. But the ranking is such congested, really packed there, that it makes not even sense to go with too many predictions, because everything can happen. If we lose, we can drop. If we win, we can go sky high. It's a big missed opportunity, because if we would have won against Bruges with the result of today would have been in top 8. And then we needed to win against Benfica, which is easier said than done, of course. We all remember Benfica. But it's a big regret that we have, of course. About Savona, I think that there is an exaggeration about Savona. The guy did some good games this season against Milan, against Napoli home, against small team where he was able to also be phenomenal at scoring. He did some games where he had some difficulties. I remember Lazio game was not great from him. The last one was not great for him. He had a few games where he was not perfect, I agree. But I don't like how Juventini are treating Savona. That is a guy that has been catapulted in first team while he was in a process of growth, and never he would have expected to be a starter on the right back at this Juve. A lot of people are saying, I see him like Kolo, I see him as a center back in the future. Could be. He played in a three-man defense when they were playing 3-5-2 in the past, so he can do that. He said as well, I can play in the center of the defense. I think that in the future he can have that position. Thiago Motta already confirmed that he could possibly be there. But I really don't like how we act for a young player that is never taking his leg away, that is trying, that is doing his best, and that also, if we are looking at the games that he did, there were some really good games of him. Then if you expect from Savona to be the next born Cancelo, because I know that Cancelo was also, I think, from a negative impact for a lot of young people, that if you are not Cancelo, you are not a good fullback, which is totally wrong, because Cancelo had really great, fantastic, beautiful offensive skills, condition, etc., but it was a disaster in defense, which defensively we are not always judging. I say thank you to Savona. I really say thank you to Nicolo Savona, 21, coming from a next-gen team, having the chance of his life. We want youngsters. We want to see the future of next-gen that are becoming in the first team. We want Italian players. Then we have them. They are making mistakes, and we kill them at the first wrong pass. This is not acceptable, according to me. No. King Akrepi, I don't agree with you on that one. I don't agree. I don't even see any similarity. According to me, King, with all the respect, of course, I'm not attacking you as a person, but I want to dissociate me from that comment, because it makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. I think it's, that kind of thing that you write on Twitter where you have a lot of likes, but that makes zero sense. Like today, because I was explaining that we could have played against, at the moment, Bayern or Real Madrid, there was a guy that was insulting me. You're a monkey, you don't understand, stupid motherfucker, it will be a drown and you don't understand nothing. I don't like these kind of statements without any sense. You're speaking about De Sciglio that comes from Milan with already some experience, that has been chosen for a coach because of his utility on the right side, on the left side, that has been spent all his time in the J Medical, and you're comparing him with a kid that is at his very first season with a totally new Juventus, with a new way of playing, that did already good games. That already did games, and if you really want to be honest, you already equaled the goals of De Sciglio with Juventus in half a season. I don't like. Then that we can say he's not the player that I want in a successful Juve that is fighting for the Scudetto, that is fighting for air. I agree with you. That is probably not ready to play game in, game out today. I agree with you. Then what can we blame? Who can we blame? What can we blame? Who could we blame? We can blame the injury of Bremer. We can blame the injury of Cabal, because normally Savona would have been the sub of Kalulu. Kalulu would have been on the right back, not Savona. Savona would have had the time to grow, to make a few mistakes in easier games, in the Coppa Italia, in second halves where we were leading already. That would have been the moment of Savona. Now, he received the responsibility and he's taking that responsibility. Will he become a star? Maybe not. Maybe not. But I can guarantee you that a player like that should, according to me, should be helped a bit. According to me. According to me. A bit supported by us. Which doesn't mean that we cannot say against Bruges he was not good. Let me say thank you to Matthew. Matthew, thank you, my friend. Beppe, I volunteer to take a look after Alicia if Dougie departs. Then, my friend, you will have to fight, and thank you for your donation, you will have to fight with Saraz. You can fight both of you if Douglas Lewis leaves and Alicia stays. You can fight to pay attention to Alicia. I already said it multiple times. Nice girl. Really, really, really nice person. It's not my type of a girl. So you can take care. Fight between you. I'm not taking part of that game. Kolo 99. Beppe, do you think we see Kalulu as a right back next season or he is too good at center back? No, I think that we will prioritize him as a right back depending also of the evolution of Alberto Costa. Depending on an evolution of him. But I think that he will be, and also depending when and how Gleison will come back. But I think that the future of Kalulu is as a right back. I think his best position, even more than right back, his best position is the position of a right center back. That's where I really, really love the Kalulu. Yeah. Also, don't forget, but I said it yesterday, Cugino, I totally agree with you. Bangula has an easier role to receive applauses. I don't mean that he's not doing well. Huh? Bangula, if we don't score, we don't score. If he miss a dribble, we miss a dribble. In defense, if the defensive line entirely is flopping, you're part of it. Huh? You're part of it. And you will be blamed. You cannot miss. You cannot miss. You have the finger pointed, boom, here. While for an offensive player, especially, we know it. Huh? You do 2 dribbles, you are the hero. We know it. We fans, we are like that. We see Conceição. Even if there were some games where some people, they blamed Savona, where I told you, no. If you look at how much percentage Conceição is at fault on that goal that we conceded. You see? Because we never pay attention. We love the dribbles, the skills, the fantasy, but I think that we need to pay attention to everything. Honest opinion on Neil, fantastic player. Renato Veiga could be the best thing in this transfer window. It could be today I would have had 100 million followers on the channel. Today the reality is that we have 35,734. It could be, we don't know. As well, guys, honestly, bringing 3 players every year from the youth academy and being able to do mercato with it, it's absolutely not easy. Antonio Silva will not happen, guys. Okay, we spoke about Renato Veiga, about the Champions League format a bit at the end. We spoke a lot about mercato, about a lot of things. 30 minutes ago, I said it's 1 hour, I will close. 30 minutes later, I really repeat now, we will close the live. Thank you to Matthew, to Alessio, to Ibrahim, to Massimo, to Francesco that was there with Kolo as well, Alessio as well. Alessio not only member but also offering, but also thank you to Ninip that was there. No, I don't think that in the summer market. Kolo Muani. Kolo Muani that will start against Napoli. You heard it here first. Kolo Muani will start against Napoli. You heard it first. Don't forget. Then don't tell me, Beppe, we didn't know. I don't know if he will score. Scoring is a prediction. Starting against Napoli is an information. Difference. Starting against Napoli is not a prediction. Starting against Napoli is something that I tell you. Of course, we are Wednesday, things can change, but at today, this is who starts against Napoli. Ciao a tutti, forza. Pay attention. I saw some strange clips here online. Ciao a tutti, forza.